Hello, everyone, and welcome to today's intermediate analytics capsule on adding simple filters to your widgets. Now, when you add filters to a widget, and you'll see as we kind of progress on through these analytics capsules that we can add filters to most of the widgets we can create. We're covering indicators now, but these can apply to all the widgets that are available to you inside of Borealis. The same kind of thought or theory always applies when you want to use a filter, and that is just think about what you want to add or remove, and we'll be able to then just find the field we need and do our simple filtering and slice and dice the data to make this number more meaningful to my team. So filters are great for slicing and dicing data, for getting the KPIs and the metrics that you want to see, removing things that may not even have a value inside of it. So I'm really excited to show you these filters today. Let's get right into it. All right, so the widget we're going to be working with is the same widget that we built in our last analytics intermediate capsule on indicators. So this indicator right now is counting, if you remember, the total number of communications in the system. And we're going to be looking to slice and dice this number to potentially remove emails and phone calls from it in the end. So let's get into that part right now. So how we can add a filter to our widgets, there's actually a couple of ways to do so. We could do it right here on the widget level, and then I will actually show you a way you can do it on the report level as well without compromising the integrity of the original widget. So let's get into doing the filter on the widget level, and then we'll cut over to the report level at the end. Okay, so in order to add a filter on the widget level here, we need to go to the widget, which you can see here behind me, and we just need to hit the edit button. Or we can also do this when we are creating the widget. I do want to make note of that, but we just always scroll down and look for this filter section. This is where we're going to do the filtering to slice and dice the data how we want to see it. So filters are pretty easy to use. Again, you just have to ask yourself a basic question. So let's add in the filter line and start going through it. So we'll just click that. And now we need to think about the inclusion type. So what the inclusion type is do I want to see or remove a set or a certain set of records based on some data. So in this case, I want to remove emails because maybe they're not relevant to my department's KPIs. Maybe we care about everything else besides emails because that's just like a day-to-day thing that everybody logs with stakeholders. They're maybe not as significant as the other communications we're tracking inside of our instance. Now, since we're looking to exclude emails or remove emails from this number, just switch to exclude. Now, the column is next. This is very interesting. We can actually find the data that we're looking to filter on just by referencing the communications form. Now, what we're looking for is where are we storing the information of, is the communication an email? Is it a phone call? Let's go to the communications form and find that out. We could do that by clicking on the stakeholder engagement module, just clicking on communications there. I'm opening it in another tab. Make sure you're on detailed view for this as well. You can switch it right up here in this menu. Now we can look here, well, not reference number, not title, not date. Type of communication, well, we have email, email, phone, phone. This is probably the field that we're using and actually people most commonly use when they use Borealis to track what types of engagements they're having with their stakeholders. So we can actually directly reference this in the column field right here inside of our filter on our widget. So all we need to do is just type in exactly what we saw, type of communication, do a simple comparison. We're going to just say it equals, or in some cases it says with. And then we can actually just select the value that we saw from the drop-down menu by searching it. And all of your types of communications are stored here, actually. This is the complete list you would see when you're creating a communication. So we'll exclude emails, and now the number has been cut almost in half. If you only wanted to see the number of emails, you would just need to swap this around saying only include emails. Now it's showing me that I have 175 emails. You can do more than one filter as well. Maybe you want to exclude emails and exclude phone calls. We would just need to find the type of communication again, do that same comparison, and then just say remove the phone calls, and you'll see the number change a bit as well, significantly change. So this is a cool way to slice and dice your data. As you can see, now we have a number that is much different than the number we previously saw because we're removing the emails and phone calls from this number, which is counting our total communication. So hope this filters and slicing and dicing makes sense. Please consult the articles below. It was a pleasure showing it to you today, and I hope you have a great day or afternoon wherever you are. Thanks again. Alrighty, so another way that we can add these simple filters to our widgets is actually right here on the report level. So what I've gone ahead and done is I've just created a report. I added in the widget that we've been working with in these previous capsules, just the number of communications indicator. And we're actually going to use this to show 3 different KPIs, even though it's the same widget. And actually, what we're doing won't compromise our original widget as well. So really looking forward to showing you this. So in order to do so, just make sure you're editing your report just real quickly. There is an edit button there at the top, or you can just hit E on your keyboard. Cool little shortcut, if I might add. So just click this 3-dot menu right here, and you'll see that we have a customize option at the top. And if you see, there is an option to add additional filters right here on the report level. So maybe this first widget here is counting the number of communications, as previously mentioned. Maybe I just wanted to count the number of phone calls to get a KPI on that. So I could go add filter, include. If you remember, we store our communications, what types of engagements we're having in the type of communication field. We're going to say it equals, and we're curious about the phone calls. We could even change the title if we want of this widget to say, and it won't affect your original one as well. So see that? Now we have 174 phone calls. We can do the same manipulation for the other widgets as well. Maybe this one, I want to count the number of sponsored events. So same thing, make sure you're in edit mode, click that menu there, customize. You can change the title, and then just add in your filter, making sure, again, type of communication equals sponsored event. And now look at this. We've used the same widget to give ourselves 2 different KPIs here. We have now the number of phone calls, the number of sponsored events, and the total of number of communications inside of Borealis. Hope this was something useful for you as well. We'll go ahead and close this capsule off for today, but thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.